Well, James, that second half performance today was absolutely fantastic. You'd tell from the reaction of the supporters. What prompted it? What did you say at half time?
Well, I think it was the tactical change we made 10 minutes before the half time. I think we weren't playing our shape very well. We weren't retaining the ball. We were giving away cheap set plays, not just fouls, but kicking the ball out of play, over kicking things, running offside. So we just mentioned playing our shape and playing off our shape. What we need to do is stop their fullbacks delivering balls in behind our back four, and once we did that, they ran out of ideas a little bit in terms of hurting our back four. But second half we just tweaked a few things, corrected, asked them to play in a certain way, and then, like I said, just go on and pose themselves on the opposition, and they did that very well.
You flattened out your midfield. You went with a four across there, and John Marsden playing wide on the right hand side, but it worked for you.
Yeah, well, I think we were trying to push Carl high up the left, and it just wasn't working. He perhaps new position to him a little bit, playing off the flicks, and then with John pushing on as well from the 10 role, it meant that in midfield we had 2 against their possible 3, and then when we got back into our shape, we were leaving the fullbacks with way too much room. So the natural choice was to take, when I played at, without giving any trade secrets away, when I played at Northwich, we basically played 4-3-2 with one player who either played as a 10 or a flank player. So I think this particular case, John Marsden gives us that option. Yeah. And I said to him not to be too disappointed playing out there, because if he plays the position right and floats in, he'll find himself free of his own man, and I'm delighted for him to get a goal and an assist as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Let's talk about the first goal though. Carl Ledsham, beautiful free kick, and Richard Brodie's header. Is that something you've been working on at all?
Yeah, well, set plays are really important. I've said that consistently. I mean, we put Carl on, we worked on the first corner, and to be fair, Kay wasn't far away. We noticed a few, and this is the important work that, for example, Alan Lord does in terms of scouting the opposition, finding little weaknesses. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube as well that'll give you an idea of what the opposition do when they defend set plays. So we found a little bit of a weakness there, and we nearly exploited it with a corner in the first half, but unfortunately we didn't earn enough set plays in the first half to use all the opportunities that we had in our arsenal, let's say. But again, credit to Danny Morton, a surgeon run down the right, wins a free kick in a dangerous area, difficult in-swinging ball for them to defend, and Brodie does what Brodie does, because once we put the ball in the box, in between the posts, our centre forwards will finish them. Obi did it, and Big K was a bit unfortunate. If he'd showed a bit more of a diddle to get between the posts for a couple of crosses, he could have got himself a goal as well, and it would have been well deserved for him as well.
You mentioned Richard Brodie obviously scoring the goal. You took him off though, didn't you? Was that to protect him in some way?
A little bit. I thought the referee was a little bit leaning towards them. I think there was a horrible challenge on John Marsden. Not a leg breaker, but he left him hobbling for a bit. No card for that, and then a similar, less heavy challenge, we get booked. I thought he deserved a book. It was a terrible challenge. He should have just left the lad, but he's got that little bit of overcommitment in him. And then he obviously getting involved, and he was tiring a little bit. So I think it was important for us to just change shape a little bit, because they were starting to push one of their midfielders up and almost play as a second centre forward. So a slight tactical change as well. Because I thought Obi would drop into midfield and be a counter-attacking player for us. But yeah, it was good to get Obi some minutes. It was good to get Joe Garvin some minutes, and it was nice to get that last sub on to give Carl the ovation that he deserves.
I was going to mention Carl Ledsham. I mean, he's been a good servant for you in the short period you've worked together, and he's going to be missed, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, as you've seen from today, I mean, we tactically changed in terms of who we used as we used Paul Connolly as a zonal player, and he was immense defending the box. So we're preparing for life without Carl while Carl's still here. I thought he did really well for us in a number of positions. Certainly made the system work when we needed good athletes who work really hard and make the system work. He was definitely one of them. Obviously we prepared with Tom Field coming in, not just to cover Lewis when he was suspended, but also for the impending absence of Carl. We've been trying to give minutes to Wade, we've been trying to give minutes to Joe Garvin, even Ryan Ellison, trying to give him some minutes because he might be an option in midfield if we need a screener. So it's, we are preparing for life with that. But he's been great for us, and I'm delighted for him that not only has he enjoyed his football for the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's gone out on a high today, winning 3-0 and getting an ovation as well. I think it'd be a nice way for him to finish his career in England.
It's a nice way as well for you today to get 3 points, because it's another clean sheet. You've conceded 1 goal now in 6 league games. I mean, it's a tremendous effort.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that one. But, no, I mean, no, seriously, because I think our holding midfielders could have defended it better.
Yeah. This is the Tamworth game, of course.
Yeah, but we should have been in front of our centre halves, protect them a little bit better than we did. But that's if you like, the perfectionist in me.
Yeah.
That's something for us to work on in training as we find the team settling down into certain personnel. We can work people. But like I said, it's great, and it was nice when I seen the results. The first thing I wanted to know was, have Harrogate conceded and have Solihull conceded, and they have, so we've got the best defensive record. But
right.
It's a credit to the team's work ethic. I mean, even at the end, because they were pushing the ball around the back line, and Kay and Obi everybody from front to back was immense in terms of ensuring that there was no easy balls forward. So, and that makes it easy for the defence, because they end up then just dropping it on you and you end up heading it out. And so the system worked, the work ethic worked. So I'm delighted with the clean sheet, and more importantly, like I said, it sends a great message to the 3 goals. And I said, once you get a solid base of clean sheets and you get people who've got an opportunity to score goals from set plays and from open play, then we're in a real chance of stringing the run together. So I'm delighted, because we'll probably put ourselves in a position now where we may be the form team for the last 6 games, and I think a few people will be going home tonight, and when they've had too much to drink, we'll be talking about playoffs.
I was just going to say exactly the same. I've not even had a drink yet, but we are top of the form table. We just looked at that before you came into the room, and people will be speculating. If that continues, you're 7 points adrift now. Is it beyond reach still or not?
I don't know. I mean, look, mathematically it's not, but like I said, when you come into a club that's only won 1 game of 14, and you've got 14 games to go, and you need to win 12 or 13 of them, then you're asking almost the impossible. Like I said, we set some little targets, such as being the form team. Maybe I think we got 23 points in the first third of the season, the first 14 games. We got 11 from the middle 14, and already from the 6 games I think we've picked up 14 points.
That's right.
So we want to keep that form going, and just take 1 game at a time, because you've got to remember that we're at the moment there's a run of games where I think they were winnable if we were right. We're going to have tougher games. We're going to have North Ferriby and AFC filed over a bank holiday weekend, so that'd be a huge challenge for us to win both of them. But like I said, we'll just take 1 game at a time. Delighted with today, and we'll just move on to Hensford now and see if we can capitalise on what's going to be a tough game and keep that run going.
It's a fantastic atmosphere as well in the second half, and the fans really enjoyed it, and that's so important this season, isn't it? Yeah,
I mean, it's not about winning people back. I've always said that. It's about delivering for the people that come. They pay the money, they want to be excited, entertained, they want to be engaged in the game, and I think there might have been a little bit of concern throughout the first half. There was probably too much action to the Cheadle end for their liking, but second half they got to see some good goals, and if you like, a very professional display for the second half, which was a worthy win in the end.
It was great to watch. Well done today.
Thanks very much.